Some people choose to be advocates. Others find their voice accidentally. Red Nicholson falls into the latter category. The university student began blogging about his experiences as a person with cerebral palsy. His observations struck a chord.
Auckland's Ponsonby Road, just the sort of place you'll find man about town, Red Nicholson.
So what's your favourite part of town?
Kingsland. I'm a big fan of my hometown, it's good.
21-year-old Red enjoys sampling the many restaurants, music venues and cafes around Auckland. 9 months ago he started a website blog called walkingisoverrated.com. Red began writing reviews on the accessibility of businesses around Auckland, rating everything from hotel bedrooms to restaurant bathrooms.
Prego, mate. Yeah. How was it?
Good, man. Missing a few photos of it, but good. Even you can get straight through, nice ramp. They open the doors nice and wide, plenty of space. You know, food's not half bad either, and they got a good disabled toilet. I mean, it ticks all the boxes, really. What more can you ask for?
Red has cerebral palsy, and as a power chair user, he's experienced plenty of frustration over accessibility. A media and communications student, he's now using his knowledge and skills to write about access around Auckland.
I can only write about what I,
Yeah.
And so I try and keep an open mind, but you can only do so much.
Walkingisoverrated.com is expanding all the time. It's becoming a forum that discusses disability news and reviews, but especially accessibility issues.
Like, I don't know all the laws about whether places should be wheelchair accessible. I don't know how wide the doorways should be or how tall, high the benches should be, but all I know is whether I can practically use it. And I think in a way that's like the best measurement is like if I go in there and I'm like, yeah, that's sweet, that works.
Works for you, works for a lot of people.
Exactly, mate. And so, I'm not going to get my tape measure out and get all sort of anal and go, oh no, it's 3 inches too small or whatever, As like I said, if it works for me, it'll probably work for a lot of people.
So Red, walking is overrated. That's a pretty cool name. Where did it come from?
I've got no idea. I think it's just a humorous spin on the whole idea that, oh no, we're in wheelchairs, oh how terrible. It's like, I'd hate to go for runs and stuff, so I reckon, it's thoroughly overrated.
Red publishes and rates his own experiences on the website, but he also gathers others' opinions.
I borrowed a few reviews from yourself, mate, so I think it's a neat collaborative effort, and I think that's really important. So, it's not all hard slog.
One of his most recent reviews looks at the facilities of Auckland's Sky City Hotel.
So what's this one here?
Well, I like this because there was there was a gap in here for where like a wheelchair can sit under the bench and stuff. So, and I had little, like this one here, like you could just go straight under the sink and that kind of thing. So a couple of times people have sent through negative experiences they've had, whether it be with public transport or a certain hotel or what have you. And I've chucked it up on the site, and I've also sent through a copy to the people concerned. And then we've actually had some really positive cases come out of that. And I think it's really about going out there and going, look, hey, I can get on a train and I can catch a bus to town and I can be more or less completely independent now. And I couldn't do that 10 years ago, and I think that's really cool.
Although he drives, Red often leaves his car at home and takes the train. The nearest station is conveniently close.
Red, give me the lowdown on public transport, mate. What's the story?
It's gotten a lot better, to whoever is responsible's credit. Like, I remember when I first started high school, I couldn't catch any buses, and, I had to get carried on and stuff. Not the most dignified thing in the world, but no, like all these trains and stuff are really cool. They've got the ramps up there and the people are really good about it. I think buses are a bit of a different story. The drivers don't seem to be nearly as willing, to help people in chairs on. And I reckon it's a sad sad state of affairs really, and a bit indicative of the culture of bus drivers in Auckland, and I think that's something that needs to change really quick.
Auckland's public transport woes are legendary.
Thanks, mate.
But from an access perspective, we can't fault the trains. Even the new Britomart terminal proves easy to navigate, and we arrive on time. Just outside there's a bus stop for the Inner City Link service. The buses are new and hugely popular. Will a couple of chairs pose a problem?
Go ahead, go ahead. You have to wait till last anyway.
Access is no trouble today, despite the crush. But Red's been on public transport enough to know it's not always a smooth ride.
So Red, tell me about some of the worst stories you've had with bus rides.
There have been lots of them. Where do I start? This one driver in particular, I asked him if I could get on the ramp at the back, and he's like, oh, no, we haven't got a ramp. It's like, no, mate, it's right there, I can see it. He's like, nah, oh, they took it off yesterday. And it's like, well, no, it's right there. He's like, oh, well, you can just get on the bus behind me. And I was like, well, I can't, because it's a flyer bus, I need to get on this one. And he's like, oh, well, look, if you'd been here 5 minutes ago, it would have been fine, but you're too late now. And he just, like, drove off, you know, and like, it's just, I don't know, sometimes it doesn't really bother me once or twice, but when it's like every week, you know, it really grinds you down, and you kind of start to wonder why you bother, you know.
Still, Red maintains his campaign. His blog is becoming the go-to place for others to share their access stories, positive or negative. But he says disability doesn't define his life.
Thank you.
I've sort of come to accept now that's quite a strong part of who I am, but it's not it. You know, I think this is just an aspect of who I am, and I think it's an aspect where I can try and make a difference, and that's cool because that's what everyone wants to do in their lives, you know, like make a difference.
By the way, instructions to Red's place. Head down the concrete path under the house. Avoid the hedge, take a hard left down the ramp. Make a 3-point turn, try not to get stuck in the bathroom. Left again, look, never mind. Meet him at his favourite cafe in Kingsland. It's totally accessible.
Check out Red's website. It's well worth a look. walkingisoverrated.com